Hey, right, so I'm just going to do a couple quick videos, and sorry about this, you can't really see my example. So, to start, we're going to talk about classifying the following variables as categorical, discrete numerical, or continuous numerical data. So, let's look at the first one. The gender of a newborn baby. So the gender, is this something that we can measure with a number, a numerical value? Because the answer here is male or female, these are words and not numbers. We can't really use numbers to represent them, so this would be categorical. So there's our first one, that's categorical. If you talk about the length of a newborn baby, so now we're talking about something we can measure with a number, so it's definitely going to be numerical. So there's a good chance it's going to be numerical. We need to figure out whether it's discrete or continuous. Now, discrete usually is a really a whole number of value. It can represent specific things. Continuous can really be can be any possible amount. It can also be really incremented out in a small amount. So this would be continuous. So range, and we can even really be really precise and exact with that with the length of a newborn baby. So that'd be continuous numerical. All right, so that's continuous numerical. So first example done. Second one, again, sorry if you can't see it, I'll just move things off the side. Let me just see how I can do this. There we go. So decide whether a primary source or secondary source is suitable for the collection of data on each of the following and suggest a method for its collection. So the average income of Australian households. So we need to figure out if it's a primary source or the secondary source is suitable for collecting this data. So when we're looking at this, this would be very easily collected using census data. The census is done. Generally, that kind of information is wanted to know by the government, and the government performs the census. And so they kind of are the primary. This would be primary. They would be primary source because the government's going to collect that information directly from the population using a census. Apparently, your census occurs every 5 years in Australia. I have no idea when the next census is. I know it's very similar in Canada as well for the census. But this would probably be done every 5 years and directly from the population by the government. So that would be an example of primary source data. So, second one. Favorite washing powder or liquid for all households in Australia. This information probably isn't collected directly by the government. It's going to be usually collected by some kind of agency, and that agency might be collecting it for another purpose or another, I'm trying to think of another way, like might be kind of used it to inform information. So for example, they might be collecting that information like a marketing research agency might be looking at collecting information, and by having that marketing research, they can better understand how to brand or target their audience. So that's kind of a way of looking at this. So this would be secondary. And really, even when you look at the favorite washing powder for households, that can be looked up. So a marketing company might want to research that. They can be able to look online or be able to kind of collect that data through different sources. Usually a marketing company might not go door to door or do a telemarketing campaign to actually determine that. They would rely on the data from other sources and try to kind of go from there to use that data in other ways. Hope that's been helpful to show you guys a couple examples. There's the start of your data unit with some vocabulary. Take care.